Good evening, everyone. Welcome to V8's online broadcast of the NASCAR Truck Series, brought to you by our friends Sim Instruments and V8 Online. You're brought with me tonight, Anthony Kernich. How you going, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to the race tonight.
Yeah, definitely an interesting race. Probably one of the best-known tracks. Where are we at tonight?
We're at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is one of racing's oldest and most famed racetracks. So 4 corners, all that look to be the same, but are all different. It's very difficult to get a perfect lap around here, and the racing tends to be quite close. With draft can come into play if you can stay with the guy in front of you.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting track, and it always makes for interesting racing. You've probably done a fair few laps around here in the truck this week, I would say, to get your head around it. How does the truck actually here?
This track in the truck is quite difficult because it's quite low powered, so you're in the throttle quite a lot. And the good drivers tend not to use the brake too much. So, but you're not wide open, so it's very difficult to get a perfect lap, and the walls do bite at every turn because there's not a lot of banking to use, and this car doesn't turn very well if there's not a lot of banking. So, it tends to make for a challenging race in the cockpit if your car's not turning in combination with draft. It's very difficult.
All right, now let's have a quick look over the championship standings around. Our favourite commentator, Stephen Sandman Clark, currently sitting in first at 734 points. Timothy Jackson, 82 points behind on 652. Nathan Britton, only 1 point separating him and Timothy Jackson. In fourth, we have Simon Walker. Not much in that either, only 87 points behind Sandman. And fifth, Jason Martin. So that's our top 5 as it stands for the trucks. It looks like it's going to go down to the wire, this one.
Yes, and we're only at week 8 of the season, and drop weeks are yet to come into play. They'll start to take effect from next week. And obviously, if some guys haven't run the full season, their points will increase, and if they've had bad races, their points will increase. And if the strength of fields don't increase throughout the season, people that have got high scores won't add to their current tally. So someone who's a fair way behind can catch up in the remaining part of the season.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where it really starts to come out to play once we start hitting those last couple of rounds and we start looking at drop weeks and how it's going to play out. And yeah, I think this one's going to be quite tight in the top 5 there.
Especially week 12 is Talladega, and everyone comes out there, so the points for the strength of field will be quite high.
That's right, and so the strength of field tonight, 2,933. That's a fairly good crowd, but I would say, talking about Talladega again, everyone's going to be out for that one. But also with Talladega also comes a lot of wrecking because everyone comes out for that one.
Yes, you can never guarantee that you'll finish where you start Talladega.
Let's go talk to one of our commentators who's in the truck for tonight. Stephen Sandman Clark, how you feeling out there, mate?
G'day guys, how you going? Not too bad, really looking forward to this round. Such a brilliant racetrack, so much history, and I'll tell you what, a win round here would be pretty special. I don't know if the Coke Zero Chevy's got it in it tonight, but we're looking forward to tonight's run, there's no doubt about that.
So how are you feeling with the car overall for Indy? Is the setup suiting you, or?
Yeah, it's not too bad. They've done a great job with the fixed setup. probably not making the most of it out of it in qualifying runs, unfortunately. But in race trim, I seem to be enjoying it, and it feels quite good. So we've had a couple of decent results over the last couple of days, but tonight's when it counts. So we'll just have to wait and see.
How quickly are your tyres wearing off?
They do wear off a little bit, but as I found out sort of earlier, a fresh tyre advantage, if a caution comes out, there's not a lot to it as far as trying to get that track position, because track position is pretty key around here, and fresh tyres doesn't climb you through the field like it does at a lot of other racetracks. So although it does sort of play a part a little bit, I don't think there's too much of an advantage to come in for fresh tyres.
So this track, as we talked about before, it hasn't got a lot of banking, and hasn't got a lot, and has got 4 corners that require you to carry a lot of speed in the middle of a corner. So look to the guys to vary the way they drive the track and try and get as much speed out of the track as they can. And obviously try and get a good run onto these long 3/4 mile straightaways. So we should see different driving styles tonight, more here than some of the other bigger tracks, 1.5 miles.
Alright Sam, man, we're going to let you get to it out there and stop hassling you. So enjoy the race tonight, and hopefully you get a solid result.
That'd be nice, fellas. Have a great call, and yeah, we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
See you, mate. Alright, let's have a quick look through the starting grid. On pole tonight, Nick Tandy, Jason Martin second, Timothy Jackson third, Rob Lee in fourth, Stephen Sandman Clark starting out at fifth, Wayne C. Burke in sixth, Nathan Britton seventh, Tony Ortridge eighth, Daniel Benefield ninth, Simon Walker sitting in 10th, Scott McQueen 11th, Jared Mogard 12th.
And then the non-qualifiers, you have Pateri Kodavara. It's going to be quite challenging for him to come through the field with his high star rating. And then Justin Laxton, Brian Kemerate, and then out of scratch is Chris Brooks. The margins between the drivers and qualifying are quite large here, more so than any other track, because it's almost impossible to get every corner right on a lap. The field rolling away. It's a very long pace lap around here. It's 2.5 miles around the track, just over 4 kilometers. So it takes them about approximately 2.5 minutes to get around the track.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully not too many cautions tonight, and we see some clean, hard racing all the way through.
This place tends to stay green if you can get spread out. The first couple of laps, everyone tends to get single file. It's almost impossible to go around here side by side. You lose so much time. So look for the guys to get single file as quick as possible and start the race out of turn 2. Turn 1 here is very, very difficult by yourself. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like with this whole field driving into there. You might see a guy or two get into the wall, and so you've got to be on your toes for that. Yeah, obviously with this long track we don't want too many yellow flags. The pace lap here is one of the longest of the season. 2 minutes 20 to 2 minutes 30 depending on the speed. So these races can get frustrating if there's a lot of yellows, but we shouldn't see too many tonight. It's only a 20 lap sprint race.
Yeah, definitely, and with the quality we've got out there, we shouldn't have too many incidents. safety car pulling in.
And Nick Tandy has gone early. It's one of the longest runs down to turn 1 here. So could clear and be able to get his preferred line into turn 1. Rob Lee looking inside. No, that's Tim Jackson looking inside of Martin. Obviously, you don't want to get pinned up on this high side too much. You'll lose too much ground to the guys in front. It's got to try and keep draft. Jason Martin's still in trouble. Got Sandman now looking inside, trying to get into turn 3.
Nick Tandy's definitely got a good jump out of this one. Sandman making a few positions.
But Jason Martin's still in trouble. No, he's managed to get in line.
Look, he was just struggling a little bit there.
Got side by side at the back of the field.
Looks like Wayne Burke's going to probably have a look, I'd say, here at Jason coming into turn 1. Yes.
See, we've got to get these guys lined up as quick as possible. The draft, it's possible to stay with the draft, but it's not as big as last week at Chicagoland. But obviously, if the guy can break away, he can stay away.
Yeah, Nick Tandy's definitely got a good gap now, and these boys are going to have to work hard to get back onto his tail. Rob Lee having a little bit of a look there on Nathan Britton.
It's not really a good place to pass into turn 4.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you've got a line behind you and you get pushed out wide, there'll be probably a few guys that will be able to make a move underneath.
So one of the keys to this track when racing in these stock cars is to be able to play the draft and know when you can go side by side and when is not a good time. Passing into turn 2 and turn 4 on this track is risky. With a long straight follow, you too tend to lose a lot of speed if you...
Oh,
Rob Lee's been turned around. Big
Tony Autry.
Caution is out.
Massive moment. There's a few trucks there.
Still reckon. But Daniel Benefield has got major damage. He's done. Tony Autridge damaged again. Last week he was damaged heavily on lap 5 or 6. Rob Lee is done.
Oh. Just having a look on board now with Tony Autridge coming into this one.
Obviously he's had nowhere to go. Rob's just come up in front of the guy behind him and been right hooked into the wall and carnage behind. See, Nathan Britton's turned Rob Lee hard into the wall, damaging them both, and 3 or 4 trucks behind him as well.
Yeah, it's a massive hit there from Tony Autridge. Nowhere to go in that one, and unfortunately that's how it plays out when you're racing hard. So
about 4 or 5 trucks there have got major damage and will be out of this race. The Patera Codavara's avoided that nicely, coming through from the back. He's managed to work his way up to 6th place, avoiding all that melee.
Person who's probably going to be most disappointed about this is going to be Nick Tandy. After such a brilliant jump coming in to the start there, all that distance that he had is now shrunk again.
He should be able to build that up again. He can control the restart. He controlled the start very well, so I don't see him having any issues at the restart. So no one was a lap down at the time of the yellow, so we should see them back to green fairly quickly. I would be shocked to see any of these leaders come into the pits. I wouldn't want to give up track position. So some of the guys at the back will definitely pit. So we've got everyone from Nathan Britton behind is going to pit. No, we've got one guy staying out there. Who's that? Scott McQueen has decided that he wants to pick up a bit of track position.
So there'd be a few repairs there on Nathan Britton's car, but
it's going to be difficult for him to be in a competitive state. This track needs a non-damaged car to be competitive. with the long straightaways. So, yeah, looks like we've got quite a few damaged cars, at least half a dozen damaged cars at the moment, either out of the race or on the pit lane. So with a very long lap time here, you can get damage fixed in the majority of it. It takes 2 minutes for the pace car to go around the track. You can get quite a bit done.
Just have a quick look at the field and how it stands after that incident. Nick Tandy still in the lead. Timothy Jackson making a move there up into second. Stephen Sandman Clark sitting in third. Fantastic job by Sandman. Jason Martin fourth. Wayne C. Burke fifth. Pateri Kodavara, awesome job in sixth. Missing all that carnage. Scott McQueen seventh. Nathan Britton. Brian Kermat in 10th. Justin Laxton 9th. Chris Brooks in 10th.
And then behind him, 5 cars were damaged. Jared Mogard, Simon Walker, and then 3 cars, Rob Lee, Tony Ortridge and Daniel Benefield, having retired from the race.
Like Simon Walker and Nathan Britton are still in the pits. They will go a lap down. Oh, Simon's just managed to make it out. It looks like Nathan Britton might be the only one going a lap down. Both of them in.
Nathan Britton with significant damage is going to be effectively out of the race. He's not going to be able to.
The car is not looking healthy at all. There's a lot of damage on that. It's going to be hard getting it around this track. He's only, well, he might be able to save this. Obviously, he hasn't done all the repairs on that car. If he gets another caution, he might be able to get the car back in and fixed up a bit more in the next caution, but trying to avoid going a lap down.
Obviously, those guys didn't have a dreaded meatball flag, which would have meant they couldn't leave the pits until all their damage was fixed. All the required damage was fixed. They obviously got it all done before they went a lap down.
Yeah.
So we still looks like we've got these guys still cycling through the pit lane, just trying to get as much damage as fixed as they can, with the pace car coming in at this lap to go back to green flag racing.
Yeah, so straight after trucks tonight, the iRacing final of Race to Reality, which is going to have the best of the best Australian sim racers racing it out for a seat in the final at Race Centre. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. We're also running a competition for you and a mate to win a 1-hour pass to a Race Centre. So what you have to do is go onto our Facebook page, put on the reason why you love V8sonline, and the person with the most likes next to their post by the end of Race to Reality will win those passes. So get on there, put a post on there, put a picture on there, tag as many friends as you can. The more likes that you get, the better chance you have of winning. So get it on there, get it on our Facebook, start posting like crazy. But let's get back to racing.
And Nick Tandy again has controlled the restart perfectly. Managed to get the jump on Tim Jackson and Sandman. We've got Tim's trying to come across, trying to cover that inside line, and Sandman is going to let him in.
Yeah, good move there by Sandman to give him enough room to get that done. I say Nick Tandy's definitely doing a good job of dominating these starts.
Yeah, it's very easy to control a restart when you're the leader. You can do pretty much as you please and try and build a gap and break this draft. Got Chris Brooks coming back through the field.
Got the inside line, nice and easy.
I think he did pit on that. I think he did pit on that caution, so he's trying to use his tyres and see what he can do from back there.
Cordovara there making a move on Wayne Burke.
Obviously Pateri's now in a position where he can try and carve through this field, having avoided that major carnage back on lap 3 or 4. He may have got some damage actually. I did see him just touch the car slightly, so he may have got some.
Looks like he's losing a lot of pace. Chris Brooks about to make a move on him, and he just lost the position there to Justin.
Yeah, I don't think he pitted under that caution, so these guys that come from the back with tyres obviously have got an advantage. Not enough to get to the front, but enough to sort of pick 2 or 3 off on the first few laps. And Scott McQueen has hit the curb. He's got to get quite loose there. Should get passed by Jared Morgard here.
Yeah, Sandman's got a bit of a challenger with Jason Martin there, really riding him. It's like Cordovara is going to come into this battle as well.
It's very difficult to keep someone behind you here with the way this track drives. It's very difficult to get a lap right by yourself. So with someone behind you, it's even more difficult. As Martin's now going to look inside Sandman here in the turn 3, which is one of the easier passing places on this track.
It's definitely, looks like he's got his nose up far enough.
Yeah,
Sandman might lose 2 positions here. Cordovara's going to come along.
Because when you start racing side by side, the guy behind you can catch up.
Sandman defending his position really well there.
He got a very good run off that second lane in turn 4. Still going to be under major pressure here in turn 1.
Cordovara.
Terry's looking. He's going to try and make it exciting. And now we've got Wayne Burke coming into the mix. See with these guys racing, it's allowing the guys behind to catch up.
Jason Martin looks like he's going to get a good run out of here.
But Terry's may make it 3 wide. It's going to be a brave call to do it. He's looking.
Oh,
he's going to make it. No, he thought better of it there. You don't want to be going 3 wide around this track for too long. It's difficult enough 1 wide. Sandman got a little bit loose there in turn 3. He's going to. Oh,
Terry's close that gap there to Cordovara.
Oh, Terry's struggling in turn 4 there. Yeah, he got onto that curb. Yeah, you don't want to really touch that. There's not a lot of banking on that thing.
No, definitely not. Sandman's done well there to only make sure that he lost 1 position in that battle and not 2. Looks like Justin Laxton as well.
Wayne Burke's hard in the wall out of turn 1.
Burke's just tapped the wall there and it's caused a bit of damage.
Yeah, that may harm him. With this track requiring a non-damaged truck, it's we may see him struggle.
Ashton Britton thinks better of it. Looks like he's left the server, so bad luck to Nathan. Hopefully better luck for him next week.
He may have blown his engine. He did have quite a lot of front damage, so may have either blown up or been very close and decided rather than not bringing out a yellow, he'd call it quits, unfortunately for him. So Chris Brooks is under pressure here for 9th and 10th. The bottom lane here has such an advantage from making passes. It's almost impossible to hold the top lane even on fresh tyres.
Scott McQueen's going to have a look at Chris Brooks as well.
Yeah, looks like we've got Nick Tandy's controlling this race brilliantly here. He's pulled out a half-second on Tim Jackson, and with those guys racing behind Tim, it's allowed the top 2 to pull 1.5 seconds and obviously break the draft.
Oh, Cordovara's hit the wall.
So we've got Pateri's hard in the wall out of turn 4. It's going to possibly cost him a spot here to
looks like Laxton.
Yes, he has cleared him.
To block that.
Terry's still struggling here. He's out of the ideal line.
Yeah, it looks like his car's struggling with a little bit of grip there. It's obviously one of those things, especially in oval racing. Once you kind of lose that momentum, you make that one little mistake, it's hard to really find that rhythm again that you were sitting with before. So
it's okay, we got Laxton. Oh, Laxton taking out Sandman. That's very ambitious from him. Caution is out.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of cars.
And they're still wrecking behind him. Chris Brooks has got caught up.
Sandman.
Oh, and we've also got Scott McQueen's taking him out too.
Right, we're just going to run on board with Justin Laxton in this one.
Well, yeah, that was extremely ambitious on his part. He was nowhere near alongside him coming into the corner. He's just dive bombed him from car length and a half back, and he's taken about Pateri and 3 or 4 other trucks with him. Major damage. Those two are probably done.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much saving them. That second slam that Sandman got, definitely not a lot of help in this situation.
That was an extremely ambitious move from Laxton. That was almost silly on his part. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. Sandman's obviously done. He's got front, side, rear damage. We've got a couple have blown their engines too. We may see the field pit here. Obviously that crash has depleted the field. So
only the top. Maxon and Chris Brooks has retired, so our field is really starting to shrink down.
So we've only got half the field left. And the top 3, I believe, don't have any damage. We may see some people pit here. It looks like the top 3 decided that it's best they don't give up track position. Pateri stayed out as well. It looks like all the damaged guys are pitted. Wayne Burke too has decided he'd see what he can do with some fresh tyres. Only be 3 or 4 laps left once the caution comes in, so only going to get one real chance at it.
While we're waiting for these guys to go around, big shout out to our Monday night broadcasting partner, V8 Supercar Fan Group. They're almost at 30,000 likes, making them one of the biggest V8 Supercar fan pages out there. So if you haven't liked them, head over to their Facebook page and give them a like, help them get to 30,000, because that's a massive achievement. Let's have a chat to Sandman and have a bit of a talk to him about his thoughts on that move. Sandman, how you going? How you feeling after that?
I'm going to be very careful of what I say on air at the moment. I don't know. I haven't obviously seen the outside vision, but I imagine it felt like a bit of a dive bomb to me. But I don't know. I might be just talking from my seat.
Yeah, it looked like from our replays that he drove in. He was nowhere near alongside you and just either forgot to brake or I don't know what, but it wasn't a move that was on.
No, politically correct. It was quite ambitious. So yeah, definitely a disappointing night for you. You've had some very good battles up there with some very fast guys. So it's disappointing to see it end that way for you.
Yeah, it was all about just grabbing some points. I knew I wasn't extremely strong around here. I knew I wasn't going to win, but I definitely had a top 5 truck. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, I thought we were having a pretty good battle there with the guys there. But it's just a shame someone makes a move like that and ruins your night. But I managed to get rid of the meatball flag without going a lap down, so I don't imagine I'll be able to make up any spots. But at least I'll get whatever points I can and see what we can salvage out of this shocker, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the way. There's a few guys obviously having a shocker of a night, and then I'm sure Chris Brooks is the pain at the moment after slamming you and after the incident. So yeah, at least you can still try and bank some points.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's yeah, it doesn't help, but I guess yeah, it's still quite a few weeks to go, and you know, as we've seen tonight, anything can happen, and sometimes does. So yeah, we'll just we'll run around and see what we can salvage. But never mind, things happen, eh? That's racing.
Looks like we got one to green here, so we should see the pace car in and try and finish these final 4 laps without incident and see who can finish this off. So got a couple of guys on tyres here, so Wayne Burke, I believe, took 4 fresh tyres, so he might come into the mix later on.
So
we'll see here on this restart what effect tyres have on the outcome of the race. We should see Nick try and get away quite early and try and pull a gap before these tyres come into play.
yeah, definitely. It's going to be one of those things now that they're all bunched up. Wayne Burke running on a fresh set of tyres, and he's definitely shown that he's had a bit of speed around here, although a few little mistakes. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to play out.
Yes, and if a caution does happen to fly, it will end the race. Unfortunately, there's not enough laps to force another restart. So we've got the pace car in now, and so Nick's gone early again, so he's controlled another restart.
Yeah, fantastic run there by Nick.
So got Wayne looking inside of Pateri straight away to try and get these tyres working.
Yeah, that's it. He's got to try and make the
So Pateri's washed up the hill, so he's going to be at a major disadvantage here with Wayne inside him on his tyres. Oh yes, Wayne's significantly faster in the centre of the turns. It's still difficult though to make the pass here, even with the tyres. The lack of banking and also the line that you need.
So Wayne's starting to just off a bit here into this corner.
Yeah, look, Wayne's inside of Pateri again. Should clear him here. Pateri's struggling. I think he did get a bit of damage from that earlier incident. Yeah, Wayne's cleared him comfortably. See what he can do about these top 3. Three laps to go here, so Wayne hasn't got a lot of time to make any ground if he wants.
Definitely not. It looks like Jason's starting to come up a bit here on Timothy Jackson.
Tim Jackson's hit the wall there. He got a little bit wide there, the ideal line, and straight up into the wall.
He's got a bit of momentum.
He may have got
Jason Martin and Wayne
Burke. He may have
Burke.
actually got some damage. Jason Martin with a big toe on him, trying to get into turn 3, and Wayne behind on tyres. I know Jason would know that Wayne's on tyres behind him.
Yeah, definitely. He needs to get around him. He needs to get around Timothy Jackson fast. Wayne Burke's looking quite aggressive.
And Tandy's pulled away. He's got this one in the bag unless there's some major dramas for him. So Jason Martin's going to look inside of Jackson here. Should be able to get the job done. The inside lane does prevail.
Definitely.
And Tim Jackson's way up the track. He's not going to make it back from there.
A lot of room for both of them. Wayne Burke's going to get a good run.
He's cleared Jackson too.
Wayne can get on Jason down here.
We've got Pateri looking also trying to get in on the action. Yeah, he's inside of Jackson. So
here we go. 4 cars battling it now for these final laps. But Wayne Burke, good run there on Jason. Codavara's coming along as well.
Yeah, his tyres are obviously helping him a lot here.
And with Codavara around Jason.
Oh, yeah, Jason Martin did hit the wall there, so that's going to cost him. And obviously with these guys racing, it's just allowing Tandy to pull away. He's got this one in the bag unless... And we've got Jackson inside of Martin there after he hit the wall. Martin is gonna look back here into turn 2.
Here we go, these three guys here. Obviously, Wayne Burke in a strong position with fresh tyres.
Yeah, the effect of the tyres does sort of wear off quite quickly here, so he should be able to hold him off unless Pateri decides he's gonna dive it in, which he probably will. Oh, we got Wayne's blocking him. Probably a sensible move at this time of the race. It's going to cost him. Oh, Pateri's giving him a little bit of a lap tap. Going to look inside him into turn 4.
Oh, just that's the way he's knocked him just a little bit wide.
Oh, and Wayne did get a little bit loose there. That's going to cost him.
Here we go.
As Nick Tandy takes the win.
Like Cotavara.
And Pateri has got him for second.
Cotavara for second. Wayne C. Burke for third. Great job there by those, all the podium drivers out there. Awesome drive by Cotavara. It's come from the back of the field into second. That's fantastic.
Obviously, he got caught up in both those incidents. So obviously, quite lucky for him not to get race-ending damage.
Yeah, fantastic race. They really put on a show there for us to end with. Nick Tandy, fantastic job controlling the pace of that race. He just really dominated off those safety cars. So fantastic job by him. Cotavara, brilliant, coming all the way from the back of the field, all the way up into second. Great job from him. And Wayne Burke to get up there on the podium. Good job by all three of those guys.
Some results from tonight's race. We got Nick Tandy takes the win, leading every lap by 1.4 seconds over Pateri Cotavara. Wayne Burke coming through quite nicely with his tyres to take third. Tim Jackson fourth. Jason Martin fifth. Got caught out there at the end. Got out of line. Sixth place Brian Kemerate. Seventh Scott McQueen. Eighth Jared Mogard. Ninth Simon Walker. Sandman did manage to get 10th with his heavy damage, but obviously out of contention. 11, and behind him the guys who didn't finish: Justin Laxton, Chris Brooks, Nathan Britton, Rob Lee, Tony Orchard, and Daniel Benefield.
Yeah, fantastic night of racing, and a lot of downers, but a lot of positives through that race as well. And they definitely put it on for us at the end there. So it was a great race to watch, and can't wait to come back here. Alright guys, now that we're wrapping up trucks, we're going to get ready for the Race to Reality final. I think it's about 15 minutes away, and we'll be back ready to play this final. Going to watch Australia's best sim racers fight it out for this golden ticket to actually make the finals, to win a race at Homebush in an Aussie race car. So make sure you stay in and join us for that one. And also, don't forget our competition for you and a mate to win a 1-hour pass to Race Centre. All you have to do is post on our Facebook wall why you love v8sonline. Tag as many people as you can in that post so that people will hit like. The one with the most likes by the end of tonight will win those passes. So get on there, start posting on our wall, start tagging people, and start getting some likes. But yeah, cannot wait. So I'll see you guys in about 10 to 15 minutes for Race to Reality. Your winner for tonight, Nick Tandy.